I don't really believe that leaders are born more so than they are made. So we can all develop leadership qualities. And the key word there is develop, right? It's like if you go to the gym and you start out with no muscle, right? You lift, you tear muscles, you strain, you do all these kind of things. And then after a while, you will have that strength from that muscle. This leadership is no different. And so I was captured by a quote that I think I heard Tyler Perry say. He's like, when you get to a point of success or stability in your life, your job is to hold the door open for others, which I think is essentially what leadership is holding the door open for others, creating opportunities for others so that they can achieve success, fulfill their purpose and things like that. So that's to me is kind of the essence of leadership and why I choose to lead at this point.
Welcome to the Nicholas Brown Podcast, a podcast talk show about real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Each week, we explore current real-life case studies about how to build financial independence through investing in real estate to build your personal portfolio through passive income models, along with interviews from the top business leaders and personal development leaders. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Brown.
Welcome to the show, everyone. This episode here, this is a special episode, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm excited to have this guest here, which actually is located in the DFW area, but he's able to network or work with you guys, I'm thinking nationwide also. But I'm going to get straight to it because I'm going to go in length for this about 2 sections, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you guys subscribe and make sure if you're listening in on the podcast, make sure you guys download it. That way you're going to get an alert because I just pushed this person to give me another series where now you'll have the alert where you can always get the alert for your podcast or your YouTube, and then you'll get that next series and get that next nugget from this special guest. So here we go. Let me get to the about section, and we're going to get started. We're going to get into this. It's going to be a great event, ladies and gentlemen. So today's guest is Dominique J. Henderson, Sr. Dominique began serving the financial industry in 1998, ladies and gentlemen. Ever since elementary school, he knew he had a mission to help people win with their money. Professionally, Dominique has spent over two decades in the financial services building, building a diverse skill set in strategy, data analysis, investment research, portfolio management, financial planning, and business coaching. Prior to finding his registered investment advisory firm, DJH Capital Management in 2016, he spent years in the institutional fixed income trading circles, real estate, and back offices of the Dallas Premier Hedge Fund Managers. Now, as a two-time founder, Dominique spends his time helping both consumers and providers of financial services. DJH Capital Management focuses on helping clients make the bigger, better decision with their money, while the Jumpstart Coaching Lab educates and coaches the next generation of financial professionals to serve the growing group of individuals seeking financial advice. Dominique has been featured on various, ladies and gentlemen, media platforms such as U.S. News and World Report, Yahoo, Go Banking Rates, and Investopedia Advisor Insights. He was named as one of Investopedia's 100 top financial advisors in 2021. Recently, congratulations. He's host of the Conversations for Financial Professionals podcast, dedicated to helping both consumers and providers of financial services by shaping the next generation of financial advice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dominique Henderson.
Thank you for the very gracious intro there, Nicholas. Sometimes when you're sitting back listening to someone give you your flowers, you're like, I guess I do all that stuff. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Bless you, man. Keep it doing. Yes, inspiration, especially as a black brother, man. That's very inspirational, man. So I respect you, man. I'm excited to have you. That's why I say this is special to have you here, though. But cause you the time, ladies and gentlemen, I advise you, it's free. Sign up for a LinkedIn account. This is where you get, if you keep plugging in, you'll get with people of value such as Mr. Dominique Henderson. So we're going to get straight to the point because of your time. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, this show, as you know, we focus on three things: motivate, teach, and perspective. But this last few episodes, Mr. Dominique, we're going to talk about leadership. And we're going to talk about leadership, and we're also going to talk about your field of expertise, which I'm pretty sure that's tied into your expertise. So what motivated you to become your CFP, correct? Certified Financial Planner, correct? Yep. What got you in that field?
I think there was a couple of things. The first was I was working in financial services at that point for maybe 13, 14 years. And I was working with a firm here in Dallas, fairly large size firm for our industry. And what I kept on hearing clients talk about and the things we kept on going through, I really wanted to do, at first, the chartered financial analyst designation, because I started with a hedge fund way back in the day. And that was what was in my brain. But at the end of the day, I was really, really concerned about developing the relationship with clients, right? And walking them through the comprehensive financial planning process. And when I thought about what my current skills were, what I was doing, the CFP was the most natural thing in order to give me the skills and the extra professional development to be able to help people with what I feel are the four aspects of financial planning: is cash flow management, investment positioning, tax strategy, and then asset protection. And so that was the reason why I centered around on the CFP. It actually was pretty good because I was in grad school at the time, and a lot of the things that I was learning in grad school were able to transfer over and satisfy some of the education requirements. So what I always tell people when they're interested in an advanced designation or degree or something like that, make sure you research it really well and kind of find out if there's any overlap. It could have been something that you were learning, in school or whatever, that could transfer over to help you, kind of offset some of the requirements of that. And I was able to do that with the CFP. But it's been great. I've met so many great people, and the information that I learned, I've been able to use to help clients. So it was a really, really good investment for me.
With that question, that's going to tie into leadership. You do have a team behind you, or you have had teams behind you. What motivated you to lead to get to this point that you are at now? What motivated you to become a leader, which you are a leader?
Good question. I think leadership is probably something we all have, first of all, right? That quality. It just takes, I don't really believe that leaders are born more so than they are made. So we can all develop leadership qualities. And the key word there is develop, right? It's like if you go to the gym and you start out with no muscle, right? You lift, you tear muscles, you strain, you do all these kind of things. And then after a while, you will have that strength from that muscle. This leadership is no different. And so I was captured by a quote that I think I heard Tyler Perry say. He's like, when you get to a point of success or stability in your life, your job is to hold the door open for others, which I think is essentially what leadership is holding the door open for others, creating opportunities for others so that they can achieve success, fulfill their purpose, and things like that. So that's, to me, is kind of the essence of leadership and why I choose to lead at this point.
That's awesome. Because actually you're teaching other people who wants to get in your field, correct?
Correct.
Which is the financial profession, financial planner profession. Okay. So could you give some tips for those who are listening in? Do you have any basic tips or advice for people who wants to get in your field of expertise?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I think the very first thing is you have to do your research. You have to do your homework. Most people that I talk to on the consulting side of what I do are career changers. And they've built up years of expertise and stacked skills. And, for instance, like you, Nicholas, you did the military, right? So there's a lot of different things that you've learned along the way that can be used in a field like financial services. And so I always tell people to do the research, kind of see where do you want to go along the whole continuum of financial advice. There's financial planning, there's financial advisors, there's financial coaches, there's financial counselors, there's financial educators, there's financial therapists. I mean, you have to figure out which one you want to do. So first do your research. I think the next thing you need to do is think about how you're going to invest in yourself.
Okay.
Does that mean go back to school? Does that mean go get something like CFP? Does that mean, hire a coach like myself? What does that mean? The next thing you need to do is join a community, a supportive community.
Okay.
You have to have people that are traveling the same road as you to help support you when times get tough, because they will.
Like-minded.
Oh yeah,
correct?
Definitely.
Yeah, you want like-minded. You don't want to get around that stinking thinking. Someone who's going to.
If this is just parenthetically, if you're around people, if you're looking at your circle and you kind of like spin around and all the people are not aspiring to go to the next level, it doesn't have to be in the career that you're in.
Yeah.
But if they're not trying to achieve the next level in your life, you need to change your circle.
That's right.
Because that is very key. The other thing you can do is deepen your skill set. So, if you have maybe, so let's say, for instance, I talk to a lot of people that are career changers that come out of the military.
Really?
And I go, hey, you've learned things in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, whatever. And now this group of people. You know that every 3 years they got to, find a new duty post or whatnot. Why don't you take the financial services skills that you're about to learn and go back and serve those people?
Wow.
Deepen those skill sets. So that's a really key thing that I think a lot of people overlook. Or maybe you work for Pepsi or Home Depot, but you know the benefits. Go back and serve those people. Don't go try to find a whole nother set of people. And then last but not least, I think it's very, very, very important to develop an online profile. You said it at the top of this podcast, sign up for LinkedIn is free. Whatever social platform it is, start to build that, because this is the deal. Most of the clients that work with me now at DJH Capital Management say, hey, Dom, I've watched several of your videos and that's how I found out. And that's why I reached out. If you don't have an online presence nowadays, it's really, really hard to gain trust. So those would be my 5 tips.
This episode is brought to you by Nicholas Brown, REI.club.
Hello and thanks for watching this brief video. My name is Nicholas Brown. I'm an author and a residential developer here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we're on target this quarter of redeveloping 5 properties here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And our passive investors, they're just sitting back and relaxing it because they're enjoying receiving the double-digit returns, which is protected, secured, and insured. So if you're a passive investor, or if you have 401k or retirement income or decent credit scores in the 700 and above,
then download our chart for more information at nicholasbrownrei.club/partner, and I'll send you our DFW double-digit returns case study chart. Once again, for more information, go to nicholasbrownrei.club/partner. Right. And ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to plug, which I believe in building bridges. Go to his YouTube channel. And that's why I was saying, you always see the after effect. Just because you see all those subscribers and all those videos, you just seeing the after effect, the work that he put in, and you're gonna get a treat. I woke up early this morning. So that
was you. That was you hit my page.
I got drawn on to those jewels he's giving, nuggets. So go to his site, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys subscribe on his YouTube, because he put in the work and he's steady putting out other videos that are educational, and not just about the CPA, actually about personal development. Am I correct?
Yeah. I think
so.
My own philosophy is you have to develop personally before you can develop professionally.
That's right. And had that thought that, hey man, I want to make this change. That's why I said at the end of this video, which I'm making, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change.
Yeah.
Make that change. You got a choice, and watch your surroundings. So that leads to this, which I see that we're going to have to get another episode. I see that right now. Here's the next question. You taught us. That's a good tip. So basically, those who get out of the military, you can get around their surroundings and become the CPA, beer their eyes, and based on experience. You get an experience on this financial plan. Hey, I know you're coming out. This is what I did. This is what can help you. Am I correct?
Yeah, so definitely. I think so. We in the financial services industry, we call this developing a specialization or a niche.
Okay.
If you're familiar with what it's like so my dad spent 22 years in the U.S. Army, and I know what it was like to move around every 3 or 4 years, find a different set of friends. And like those challenges are unique to service members. And if you've gone through that, it just makes sense that if you're looking for a natural market that you can help with their financial goals and dreams, and make a living at doing it, it makes sense to explore it, right? Maybe you can possibly get good at that. So that's where I'm going with that. And like I said, it can be for anything. Like, people that leave, a big Fortune 500 or 100 company, whatever. Like, think about going to that natural market that you've already developed, especially if you've been working for somebody for a little while. That's just an easy way. That's one of the, let's call it a little hack. Most of the large financial services companies will tell you to go to, grab a list of your, 100 friends and family or something like that. But to be honest, you really should go to the people that you've developed a professional rapport with, because you understand their problems because you've been where they have been. Right. And it just, to me, it makes a lot more sense.
Okay. That's solid. That leads to the next question on there. What's your perspective on today's? What's about that? Matter of fact, as it's recording, and ladies and gentlemen, as you're listening in, this is coming to the end of the year 2021, which we're about to head to 2022. So, what's your perspective? What do you see? What's about to happen in today's leadership, and what's about to happen in your field of expertise? What's your perspective?
So, from a macro standpoint, I think
the past and present. What do you?
I think from a macro standpoint, regardless of whatever industry you're in. We have gotten to the point at the end of 2021 when we're recording this, that information is everywhere. It's ubiquitous, right? You can Google, YouTube, just about anything. So what I found out is, even in working in my field, and I'm pretty sure people see this across all kinds of industries, you having all the information or content is not really that valuable, because just like I'm teaching this kind of stuff, there could be somebody later teaching this, or maybe even somebody before me that taught this. The most important thing to me, I believe, rather than content, is context. And what I mean by that is, how does the content that Dominique's creating, or Nicholas is creating, or whoever is creating, fit into the particular situation that person is going through right now? Wow. Good example is, a lot of people, because of COVID and the pandemic, have decided that they don't want to work in corporate America anymore. They want to do something different. And this term, Great Resignation, has been going around. So I think a lot of people have kind of said to themselves, hey, you know what? I think I want to do something new now. I think I want to create a financial plan now. Life is short. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around. I think that's a trend that we're going to see a lot more, is people taking inventory of where they are and what life has brought them so far, and figuring out they want to do something different. And I think as service professionals, we have to be aware of that and be sensitive to that, no matter what industry we're in, right? And I think one of the things that I've seen particularly is that corporate America is losing a lot of good people to burnout, and to really just a lack of leadership from corporate America. And this is not to paint a broad stroke across all of it, but in the confines of the question you asked, some of the trends I'm seeing is that people want to unplug from the really big companies, and they want to do something on their own, start building their own thing. That's what I've been seeing.
Right. This episode is brought to you by Nicholas Brown, REI.club.
Hello, and thanks for watching this brief video. My name is Nicholas Brown. I'm an author and a residential developer here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we're on target this quarter of redeveloping 5 properties here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And our passive investors, they're just sitting back and relaxing it, because they're enjoying receiving the double-digit returns, which is protected, secured, and insured. So if you're a passive investor, or if you have 401k or retirement income or decent credit scores in the 700 and above,
then download our chart for more information at nicholasbrownrei.club/partner, and I'll send you our DFW double-digit returns case study chart. Once again, for more information, go to nicholasbrownrei.club/partner. But as you know, too, you had your business, you've been self-employed for a minute. People don't know it's going to take self-discipline also. Yeah, you in that room at your home on there, and you got the kids playing, or you hear them in the background. You got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined on that. So, but and you made a point. I think people are now becoming more aware of what's going on now, and what choices they have and what it's going to lead and how they're valuing more of their time, because you never know. I know I am. You never know when that time's going to happen, but you better be prepared because you never know. So that's my perspective on that also. But anyhow, how can they get in contact with you? Any last words? Because man, I know, like I said, we'll get to another episode, man. If we keep talking.
So I appreciate the time, and I appreciate the platform. The best way to get in contact with me is just to go to domhendersonsr.com. And whether you're interested in, wealth management services, or whether you're interested in becoming a financial professional, there's a couple of ways to a couple of options there on that website. So domhendersonsr.com is the best way.
You provide both. So you provide both types of service. You teach those who want to learn the profession that you're in, and you also provide the services, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Awesome. One more thing, man. I gotta ask, man. I know you. I could just see you on stage, man. Give us some words, man. Some words. What do you see happening this year about to come, man? The next few days. Hype me up, man. Hype me up. Give us some words. Hype this crowd.
I'll use a framework that I use often, and I'll set it up by saying the quality, and this is a quote. I had Andy Andrews on my podcast, one of my favorite authors, a long time ago, and he said the quality of your questions determine the quality of your answers.
Okay. And
I thought that was really, really key and insightful. And I will give everybody the same rubric that I give my consulting clients.
Okay.
I think it's 3 words, 9 letters. Your why, which leads to your who, and then leads to your how. So I'll unpack that. First, start with your why. Why are you doing whatever you're doing? Have the mission, vision statement, the purpose that you feel that you're here on this earth for. Figure that out. It's so much easier in life to figure that out. And then the money and all the other stuff will come after that. If you're ever trying to plug into something, you haven't really figured out why you're doing it, you're going to end up chasing your tail or spinning in circles. So always start with your why. Your why, to me, inevitably leads you to your who, because you can start to mimic Nicholas or me or whoever you aspire to, and start to look at them and kind of see the path, and that gives you your how. So, a lot of people do that backwards. They start going after the people first. I always say go after your why first. Go after your why first. That narrows the path. So then maybe you may be interested in maybe a Dave Ramsey model or a Gary V model or all these different people that are out there. And then you can start to consume their content and see the steps that they took, right? Even a Gary V, let's use him as an example. People look across all the platforms that he's on and they see millions of subscribers. But let me just let you know, everybody starts at 0.
That's right.
Everybody.
That's right.
So you have to, even if you aspire to that level, you got to put the work in. And the how is that work in part, right? Whether that means investing in yourself in a coach or finding a mentor or maybe taking some classes, however it is. I've had coaching, video coach, business coach for quite some time now. And, I'm always finding a way to invest in myself so that I can level up. So start with your why.
Okay.
That will lead to your who, which will inevitably lead to your how.
That's deep, bro. That's deep. One plug. I know you're about to quality over quantity. Am I right?
I would agree with that.
Stage?
I would rather have really 1 or 2 really good questions answered than a list of stuff that I'm probably going to forget the list, right? To be honest, I'm going to forget the list because my brain doesn't, our brains don't work that way. It's not meant to store a whole lot of information like that. What we want really is just the simple nuggets that we can kind of take away, right?
That's right.
So, I would love to have really great, I would say, quality conversations or quality answers over just a bunch of information.
That's right.
This is a good point that you bring up. When people are always on YouTube, so I have a YouTube channel, and people send me questions, and a lot of times their questions are over the content that I've created. And what I tell them, I was like, hey, look, you can either do things 1 or 2 ways. You can either watch all my videos, which will take you some time, right? You can continue to just go through that. And that's the cheap version. It's just going to cost you time, which I believe is very valuable. Everybody doesn't value their time the same way, though.
That's right.
Or you can pay me for 30 minutes, and then I'll answer your questions really, really concretely and solidly in the context of whatever's going on in your life. So it's
tailored to you.
Yeah. So it's like content over context. It's kind of like, which one do you want, right? One of them's going to cost you time. One of them's going to cost you money. What do you value the most?
That's right. That's solid, man. Well, hey, Mr. Dominique, man, I'm so excited, man, to meet you, man. And I see more in future. And I wish you well this next year coming, man. I really
Absolutely,
do.
man.
I really do, man. I wish you well.
You're doing great work. Keep it up. Keep it up,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you see it, you have it. As I said before, we're about to end this. As I said, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us on the Nicholas Brown Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, www.nickbrowninc.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like this show and you are a new real estate investor, then check out one of Nicholas's free reports called the Wholesale Dominator Report, also located on our website, www.nickbrowninc.com/free reports. Be sure to tune in for our next episode. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.